Good morning, Facebook. Hello, hello. Good morning. It is Saturday morning, about 10:20. If you're catching this live, about 10:20 Saturday morning. So wanted to just go live here. I didn't get a chance to go live today this morning. Did a nice 3-mile run this morning at a faster pace than I wanted to. But sometimes when you get carried away with friends, you just sort of run with the group. So that's what happened this morning. My friend Rob and I had a nice pace. Late night here at the restaurant last night. We were busy. Big catering party. Huge catering party today. Like massively big catering party today. And it's not that there's that many people. It's just a lot of food that we're going. So good morning, everybody tuning in. Hi, Susan. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, everybody. So I am actually in Newburgh right now at Restaurant Depot. And I know I talk about Restaurant Depot about not going here, not liking it. I'm going to tell you this morning the one reason I love Restaurant Depot, the one reason I really love Restaurant Depot. I'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. There's a lot of things I don't like about Restaurant Depot. Many things, there's not much stuff in that store that I can actually buy. So it's really not a thing that we rely upon. So they do have they have a few things that we use, like right back there in the picture there, right there, right? If you're looking right there, is the gloves. I had to make an emergency trip for gloves today, and I had to get more catering platters. So platters for catering. It's just we're doing a lot of catering, so I had to get more of that. I had to get some these degreaser wipes. They have the best price on Christopher Ranch American garlic. They got the best price on that. Organic agave, they have the best price on that. There's a few things that they had that they do, but they just don't have the sustainability, the organic. The organic spinach, by the way, is the best. Their organic arugula is the best. For some reason, it lasts the longest. It looks the best. It's not the cheapest. I can buy cheaper organic spinach from other distributors and spinach, but it doesn't last as long. The arugula here, for some reason, just lasts very long. I guess it's fresher. I don't know. A lot of times when you get produce like leafy greens, the stuff is already 2 weeks old by the time it was picked in California or Mexico or Arizona, and then it's shipped to the distributor and then shipped to the restaurant, or you go to the grocery store and pick it up. That's why if you go to Walmart right now and if you pick up a 1-pounder of fresh baby spinach and you go home and weigh that on a certified metered scale, there's not a pound in there. There's probably 14 ounces or 13 ounces because it starts to evaporate by the time it's picked and then to its last location. And if you look on the code on back, you can call that company and say, when was this harvested? And you'll be shocked. Like, it's 2 weeks old, literally 2 weeks old. Some of this stuff. So I don't know if Restaurant Depot has a quicker connection. I'm not really sure, but their baby arugula and their baby spinach is really good. More expensive, but really good. So for the most part, I don't come here. I don't like coming here. I don't like wasting my time coming here. My distributors get me the sustainability, the organic stuff, all that stuff that I need. So I use it for emergencies. But the one reason that I love coming here, is because when I walk inside, I get to see a bunch of other restaurant owners that I normally don't see. So it's more like social hour for me. I walk down the aisles and I see restaurant owners from Ellenville and I see restaurant owners from all over the Hudson Valley that we normally don't get to see each other. So you walk in and it's like we should all be walking around with a cup of coffee or something and chatting, because literally like every other aisle I know somebody and we get to catch up and we get to talk. And that's the one reason. For me, it's like a social outing. I know it's just a never in and out quick trip. And when I need an emergency trip, it's usually on Saturdays and Sundays, and that's when other restauranteurs are here stocking up on stuff. When I come midweeks, I really don't know that many people. So Anthony's saying his dad goes here. So it's great. I go here, I walk around, pick up the few things I need, and talk to a bunch of people and say hello and catch up. So for me, it's like social hour for chefs and restaurant owners. So it's really cool. That's the one reason I love it. As a general rule, there's really not much here that's on our menu. Except for a couple of things that we can get. They don't really sell anything local because it's such a national chain. And something interesting right now, we all know we're in a labor crisis. We all know that there's a shortage on staff. Cisco, which is the big food distributor, the largest food distributor in the country, Cisco, they service a lot of restaurants. They're like the number one, I don't know how many billions of dollars of sales they do, 30, $40 billion of sales annually across the country. They have locations in a lot of the major cities. They have a couple locations in New York, Albany, New York City, New Jersey, Long Island. They're all over. So they just go in and buy their distributors and then turn it into a Cisco house. So they're based out of Houston, Texas. So I heard this last week that they're not delivering. They shut down in Kansas City. They have no drivers. They have no drivers to get the food to people. I ran into a restaurant owner a couple weeks ago in here, somebody from New Paltz, one of the big caterers. He's like, he was there stocking up. He goes, I don't really come here either. He goes, but I got a call from my food distributor last night, the salesperson, and say, your order's not coming tomorrow. We don't know when we can get your order. And he does a lot of weddings and catering and a big outfit. And he's like, so he was there stocking up. He's like, they called me and at least gave me notice. So I'm here now buying all the stuff for weddings that I need for the wedding for this weekend and this party and that party. Because PFG, Performance Food Group, is not delivering. So Cisco, that's local here, Cisco in Kansas City said, no, we're not. We don't have the staff. We don't have the drivers to deliver. Can you believe that? So when I walked in here today, a lot of the shelves are empty in the produce sections, empty. Like you're walking through. So, but as you walk down the aisles, you see all the pallets of the produce. I don't think they have people to put the stuff away and stock it. I think they're short-staffed here too. So you can just see all the stuff on the pallets just sitting there to go on the shelves. So, I needed some garlic. I went on the pallet and got garlic off the pallet instead of off the shelves. So they're facing that here. But Kansas City. So then the other distributor there. So the other distributors now have opportunities to grow in Kansas City, right? And one of the other distributors that they interviewed actually said that they can't take on any more clients. That they're at their max as far as the amount of staff that they have. That they can't deliver them anymore, so they're not going to be taking on more clients. I bet if there's a Restaurant Depot in Kansas City, that they're probably doubled their business instantly doubled their business. So Restaurant Depot is a chain from Jethro Distributing. Jethro is based out of, I believe, Long Island City is their main corporate distributor, and they distribute to restaurants. But then they had this idea years and years ago of, hey, let's do a cash and carry where restaurants can walk in, we'll discount the stuff. So that's when they opened up Restaurant Depot. So Restaurant Depot is part of Jethro Distributing, and I know they're all across the country because I have friends that buy from them all across the country. Wonder if they're in Kansas City. If they're in Kansas City, they're probably cleaning up right now because Cisco's not delivering. I mean, it's a very, very sad to see what's happening. And, and the prices of things are just, I walk in and I look at the prices of, we have a party next week that they wanted beef on it. We want steak. And I'm like, man, oh man, to buy even the cheapest commodity beef right now for a decent cut that you can grill and stuff is well over $10. I mean, you used to be able to buy hanger steaks, cheap hanger steaks. They were $4.50 a pound, $5 a pound. You could buy stuff, and this was just a year and a half ago, and none of that exists anymore. I walk down. We don't buy the commodity beef. So the stuff we buy was already double the price of the commodity beef, and we're getting hit on beef prices increases too. Like our ribeyes are up almost 50% in the last 6 months alone, almost up 50%. So we had no choice but to raise our prices. We had no choice but to raise our prices. I mean, it's that or don't even open up, because there's no sense in opening up and losing money. That's not the name of the game. So a lot of restaurants are thinking, well, that's what they do. Is they just, why open? Why lose money when you can't hang there like that with those prices? Anthony said we had big problems with one of our deliveries from Cisco. That's Cisco here. Cisco here in New York. Anthony is saying problems. So it gets later and later and later, very frustrating. I had my one produce order show up a couple weeks ago, like at 7:30 at night. 7:30 at night. I said to the guy, I said, like, wow, like this is the latest it's ever been. And I look on his truck. I'm like, you got more deliveries? He's like, I got 5 more stops. And he goes, I can't do the stops. I got to head back. He goes, there's no way I can do these stops today, though. I'm just so overloaded. So I was his last stop at 7:30. This was the Baldor truck. And I was the last stop at 7:30. He still had 5 more deliveries that weren't getting delivered that day. I was talking to somebody else the other day, one of the companies, talking to one of the drivers, and he's like, yeah. He's like, these drivers go out. Oh, yeah, it was another local Hudson Valley distributor. And he's like, these drivers go out, and they just say, hey, I've worked enough today. On their own, they'll say, I've worked 8-10 hours today. I'm not delivering anymore, and come back with all the products. And the owners, the bosses are like, you can't do that. Well, I don't want to work. I don't want to work anymore today. I'm done working for today. But if you fire that person, you have nobody making the delivery routes. So now the salespeople have to step in and make deliveries in their cars and things like that. And it's insane. Another insane thing about Restaurant Depot, and this turned me off years ago. There was about 5 years ago. We're coming out of the city. We stopped through Nyack or somewhere. We heard of a little good restaurant that we stopped at. We pull up, we eat outside. And the whole time that we're eating outside, I see a Dodge Caravan with the trunk up. It's middle of the summer, trunk up. I see boxes of chicken and produce just sitting there in the direct sun, and right in the direct sun. And I'm thinking, man, oh man, this is before I even ever stepped into a Restaurant Depot. I'd never stepped into a Restaurant Depot before. And I'm sitting like, man, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? Literally for 45 minutes, that chicken and everything sat in the back of this van, Dodge Caravan, open up, doors open, and just sitting there like in direct sunlight. And it hit me. I'm like, they went to Restaurant Depot right down the road, and they got back and they were busy. And nobody's unloading this. I'm like, how unsafe is that? That's one of the reasons I don't like to come to Restaurant Depot, especially sometimes it's, you put stuff in here and I drive 45 minutes or 40 minutes back. Yeah, you can put the air conditioning on, things like that, but sun's still coming in. And I wonder, a lot of these other people, like how long this stuff, like some people here in their pickup trucks, they bring a pickup truck here, throw the stuff in a pickup truck that's sitting in the sun. They might cover it with one of those black, the things, but it's like you're taking back lettuce, you're taking back chicken, you're taking back all cheese, and you're driving 20 minutes. And then by the time you get back to your 30 minutes, by the time you get back to your restaurant, who knows if it's coming off that pickup truck right away. Like how long does it take? So I'm like, wow, like that is so unsafe and unsanitary. Which is another reason why, it's very questionable to come to the store like that, stores like this. I mean, you can put blankets in your car and freezer blankets and things like that, but I don't think many people really do that. I don't see many people packing their cars here like that. So it's interesting. But yeah, so the one reason I love Restaurant Depot is because I get to see friends. I have to walk in there, walk down the aisles and see a bunch of other restaurant owners from all over the Hudson Valley and catch up with them. So for me, it's more of a social thing than actually, like relying upon them. But I did need those latex gloves there today because we are out. Our regular source this week, I ordered 3 cases and they couldn't get us. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get us this week, so I had to stock up on some latex gloves. I paid $40 more a case here for latex gloves. People think Restaurant Depot's cheaper, and I tell every client we coach, Restaurant Depot's not cheaper, especially when you have to take time out of your day and do that. I paid $40 more per case for those. I paid $123 for that case of gloves right there, and I had to get enough gloves to last me. $123. I get them from my other distributor for like $80. Delivered, a better quality. So these restaurant owners that think Restaurant Depot's cheaper, by the time you figure out that your time is valuable, going back and forth, loading up, unloading yourself, even if you pay 10% more, it's still cheaper from the distributor to have the distributor deliver it, load it into, take it off the refrigerated truck, put it on a tan truck, and bring it into your restaurant and put it right in your cooler. It's less of a hassle. That's the real main reason I can't stand coming to Restaurant Depot. I use it for emergencies only, like today, but I can't stand coming to Restaurant Depot. It takes too much of my time. Like I could be back at the restaurant right now, getting ready for tonight's big catering event. I could be in there, doing social media. Well, I'm doing social media right now, right? I'm doing a Facebook Live. I could be doing a Facebook Live at my desk. I can be, enjoying my morning as opposed to running around and getting some peace and sanity in my day. I could have extended my run this morning another 3 miles, not had to worry about rushing. So for me, that's the biggest reason. It's just, it takes time to come here, and it's not cheaper. And the quality of products are not here at all. I mean, 90% of the stuff in this store, the quality of products are just bare bottom products. The cheapest products possible. So I mean, there's a couple bigger brands in there, like Wholesome Sweeteners. They have their organic agave, which is cool, but it's too far in between. Now, if you go to Restaurant Depots and other areas, it's kind of stock a few different things, because other areas can support, like the Hackensack store is this mega store, and there's a ton of organic stuff in there: organic dairy, organic cheeses. I mean, organic everywhere, organic eggs. All kinds of stuff in there, that wild salmon, because Hackensack can support that. Hackensack has restaurants that are going in there to buy that. When they first opened here, they had this really awesome natural line of beef, really awesome natural line of beef, and I was the only one buying it. And grass-fed-ish, the real deal, awesome stuff. And the manager would try to start shorting. He goes, Marcus, we just can't get it here at the store because nobody buys it. You were the only one buying this beef. So it doesn't make sense for us to bring it into the Hudson Valley. There's no other chefs. Nobody's willing to pay that price that you're willing to pay for it. And I said, well, that's unfortunate. So that's one of the reasons I drive to Newark, New Jersey every couple of weeks, because I have to get this product. So that's it, folks. I got to get going. Got to get back. Got to get stuff put away here. Drop by the cleaners across the street, American Cleaners, pick up my shirts and drop off some stuff off. Everybody have an amazing Saturday. It's really it's a little humid out there, especially this morning when it's run. We were really overheating early this morning. We went out at 7 o'clock. Everybody have a great weekend. We're opening at 3 today, but like I said, we have this big party going out. So I'm hoping that last night we were turning people away. We were mobbed last night. We were turning people away between the party I was doing at the Airbnb. We went all out last night at the Airbnb. Did wild salmon, did our ribeye steaks, had this whole appetizer station set up on the food counter there. Really awesome at the Airbnb last night. Cooked for 20 people at our Airbnb last night. Tonight's event in Pine Bush. Lots and lots of food this event. Lots of food. Not as many people. There's more food than people. That's why it's a big event for us. And unfortunately, I think it's a funeral. We have another funeral this next week. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. I would call to make reservations tonight, just because we have a lot going on. Call to make reservations. Don't plan on walking in. We were turning people away last night. We're turning to-go orders away. We're just at capacity on a lot of things. So hope everybody understands if we have to turn you away. And remember, be nice wherever you go. Be nice to every restaurant. Just be nice. We had some guy in last night that was an a-hole, arguing about our crisp, just about everything. Just didn't like everything, and then told us our crisp wasn't a crisp because it didn't have dough on it. It had a crumble on it. And just, one of those people that just, like what I was saying the other day, like what Jay and I look for when we go to restaurants. We look to be happy and calm and relaxed. Like, you have to really screw the food up really bad to piss Jamie and I off at a restaurant. Like, it's got to be like, you got to screw up the food, not care, like, totally not care, don't even, listen. Like, you've got to be really bad to make Jamie and I mad. We're just happy to get out. And especially in situations like this, where we can just get out and relax, that's awesome for us to do that. But some people are just so, uptight and pretentious and feel they're entitled, like that couple last week that waited 20 minutes for the dessert when we were packed at the bar. I went out after them. I said, the problem is you feel entitled. The problem is nobody's ever told you. I was like, how dare you do that in my restaurant? Come back with me and look in the eyes of my staff in the kitchen, that hardworking team back there. Come into the kitchen, look them in the eyes, all of them. Look them in the eyes and tell them they're not working fast enough. I said, you were told the dessert's coming out, but then you just got up and left. And you didn't want it anymore because you feel entitled. You feel entitled, and the problem is nobody's ever told you feel entitled. And I said, I said to them 3 times, I said, come with me. Come with me into my kitchen right now and look at them all and tell them you waited 20 minutes, look how busy they are, and then look at them and say, you're not working fast enough. Come on. And they were speechless. They were I was like, that's right? That's right. And just people just don't, insane. So, it's people like that you want to call the police on and say, hey, these people just ordered and they walked out and they owe me money. How dare people do that? It's insanely crazy, especially nowadays. So, all right, folks, that's it. I got to get going. It's cold in here. They're going to show full blast. Talk to everybody soon. Hope to see everybody soon. Everybody has a safe weekend. And remember, nutrition is so important. Drinking lots of water, nutrition. If you want to stay healthy, watch what you put into your body. Eat lots of live fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables, drink lots of water. Vitamins are so crucial, right? Everything is just, there's so many things that add up to being healthy. And with the fear of these variants coming back, the Delta variant, all this kind of stuff and things, folks, your immune system is your first line. Whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated or whatever you choose to do, your immune system is your first line. Eating crap makes you feel like crap. Is going to invite a lot of things in to make you feel more like crap. So get some fresh air, get some sun, some vitamin D. If I was anybody right now, I would start stocking up on vitamin D right now, because what's going to happen is in another month from now, when we go back to school here in New York, the kids are not going to be out as much, right? You're not going to be outside as much. Summer's coming to an end. You're going to be inside more, shorter days, and then vitamin D is going to be a necessary supplement for most people. So I'm not giving medical advice, but most people will think, okay. And then by the time you go to buy it, it could be too late. So I would think now, like, hey, let me stock up on vitamin D now while nobody else is buying it, so I can get my vitamin D, so I have my supply. Because last year, vitamin C was short supplied, vitamin D was short supplied, zinc was short supplied. Everything was shorted last year in 2020. You had to on a wait list on a lot of these companies, or they would ship you half the amount you ordered. So start thinking about your winter vitamins now and keep staying healthy and supplements and just eating good food, getting a juicer, juicing some cucumbers, some ginger, some lemons, and just making nice green juice. Throw an apple in there if you want to round it out. Yeah. So, all right, folks, got to get going. Everybody having a great day, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And thank you for your support.